All right, it's working, yay. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. It's nice to see folks here. I guess I don't have to hold that up. I am Joni Brewer. I'm the president of OHA. Welcome to everyone. I would like to do just a quick go around so that we can find out where people are coming from. So if you could just give us your name and where you are joining us from. Now, what is your niche? What do you like to do? So we'll just keep it quick, and then we're gonna jump right into Erika's talk, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm just gonna pass this over.
Oh, hi, I'm Scott Duvall. My practice is here in Portland, Oregon.
So you can either come here or you
can. And I guess my specialty is working with people to align them with their spiritual consciousness, which gives them the ability to create whole brain integration, conscious integration, spiritual and energetic integration that leads them to what we call the integrated state of wholeness, giving them a better ability to utilize their resources internally and externally. Yeah.
Thanks. Either here or
Yeah. And then you go stand in front of there.
Not here. Yes.
Okay, I'm Tish Hackett. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you for those that came here and those on Zoom.
Gotta face the
And Zoom is right here. Oh, so I gotta face this way? Oh, you just get out of my head.
You have a great black hat. Love that black hat.
Anyway, thanks for coming. Okay, well, this is kind of how the day is going to go. So just enjoy and relax, all right? I have emergency reads with no discretion. And I do a multitude of modalities besides hypnosis. Hypnosis is one of my go-to. I deal with people in integrating their body, mind, and spirit. And we deal with a lot of issues that come up and intuitive readings and all that kind of stuff. And so it's big toolbox of things. So I like helping people when they leave my room to be balanced and integrated fullness. And so thanks. Have a good time. You're gonna love it. Same with you.
Hi, folks. Larry Dillon back here. My business is the Lighthouse Center for Consciousness Studies. So I'm in Salem, Oregon. And my primary modalities, of course, are hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming. And I've been doing this for, I guess, since 1989. This is when I originally became a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm also an examiner, an instructor with the American Council of Hypnotist Examiners. So I do training and certification for hypnotherapists and NLP practitioners. And on the spiritual side of things, I also do Indian shamanism, Reiki, Shinkigo, and Toina. So I also do energy work as well. So glad you're all here, and I look forward to checking in with you all again soon.
Yeah. Let's see how that works.
But the mic doesn't pick them up.
Glenn, please mute yourself, Glenn, because there's echo. All right.
There's an echo, Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn's mic is on. Okay. All right, it looks like it. So it's fine. There is a little echo.
Okay, thank you for letting us know.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Stephen Ruiz Betancourt. I'm a psychotherapist, been with the Oregon Hypnotherapy Association for about 10, 11 years. I do work with couples,
We cannot hear anybody. I guess the speaker is off. Sorry to interrupt, but we cannot hear anybody. We cannot. Could we can't hear. We can't hear.
There we go. Okay, thank you so much for your feedback there. Audio difficulty, but I think we've got that figured out now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear now, right? Okay, we're good. So we're going to, anybody else going to introduce themselves?
And Glenn, let's see, Jean, are you still hearing the feedback, the extra feedback? No, okay, perfect, thank you. All right, so let's introduce the people that are online.
Okay, we're gonna go through and introduce people that are online. And it looks like, Jean, why don't you start us off, if you would, please?
So hi, I'm Jean Cassidy. I live in Coos Bay, which is on the coast. And my specialty is, well, I do a bunch of stuff, but I work with people releasing trauma. And I use a combination of hypnosis, NLP, and also I've recently, in the past 6 months, learned a type of eye movement. It's not EMDR, it's different, but it's very powerful. And I hope to do a presentation on that sometime soon. So if any of you want to play and see what it's like, I'm happy to do that with anybody that's part of the community.
Are you able to do that via Zoom?
Absolutely.
Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Jean. And Jody.
Hi everyone, I'm Jody and I'm from Washington. So I'm up in the northwest corner of the US here, about an hour from where Erika is up in Bellingham. And so I specialize in trauma and anxiety, but I work with all ages. So I do work with children and teens as well as adults. And I use hypnotherapy as well as NLP and some somatic experiencing. And I also am accredited in the Goulding Sleep Talk method for children. So I work with parents on that. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. How about Joy?
One of the joys, another joy. Anyway, this joy is from the North Umpqua area, and I've had way too many trainings to try and explain, but I'd say a wellness facilitator, bringing folks back to true nature awareness. I use self-hypnosis, belief code, emotion code, body code, most recent trainings. And I'm just grateful to be available in the I Am Unity Consciousness realm and enticing people into nature retreats.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for being here. How about Kat?
Hello, hello. Oh, it's so exciting to be online, and I actually have free time right now, which I don't know what that means to other people, but it means a lot to somebody who's now in the process of caretaking with her mom. So my name is Kat Wilson, and my partner Rich, who's in Portland, and I own the Positiva Center. We have done counseling, coaching, training. Our training does clinical hypnotherapy, which that along with neurolinguistic programming, which we've done for about over 20 years. The center has been open for 25 years. Have a little sad news about that, but just to let you know, I am known as an art therapist. I work with kids online who have been bullied, particularly some tribes on the East Coast. I've worked with people in changing all kinds of cognitive behavioral problems. And in the sense of helping people get relaxed, I know that I have helped many people. I think we have hundreds, if not maybe going into probably a little over maybe a couple thousand students. And I'm also a World Award for the NLP World Community Award, which was a number of years ago. My focus right now is that I'm kind of on a sabbatical. I only do part-time work because I am in Illinois, in the Chicago area, and I take care of a 90-year-old mom who's got dementia. And at this time, you've got like a really excited cat because I have at least 3 hours where I'm not watching her because she's got coverage. And then at the end, I probably have to put my face up there. But I'm excited to see everybody. So this is really fun for me. So hi, Scott. Hi, Joni. Hi, everybody. I'd say your name. I think I'm taking up too much time, but I'm excited. Sorry. Somebody let me out of my cage. And yeah, nice to see you all.
Likewise. And I think we have a couple people that are photos there. Joan?
Trying to figure out my settings here.
Oh, here. Hi.
Hi. We've been friends on Facebook for a long time, but I've never made it to a meeting. So I never know what to say here. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of body work, a lot of somatic body work. I do craniosacral therapy and help people recover from trauma. I've been doing hypnosis for, I don't know, 10 years, I think. And I initially saw my dad do it on stage when I was a little kid. And so I've been mentored by an awful lot of people. So I've been really blessed that way. And so I'm in Portland. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Well, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks to Joni for reaching out. Because I didn't even realize, I don't keep up with everything I should keep up with. I'm always doing a whole bunch of things all at once. And I'm a mom of 4. So
yeah. A little busy, I'm sure.
Just a little.
Cirilla?
Cirilla,
are you there?
I actually am here.
Good.
I'll just go ahead and stay a photograph for now.
Okay.
I'm eavesdropping from New York City. I found out about this event on a Facebook group and thought, oh, what a lovely thing to just pop in and hear some people. I was a professional actor and singer from the time I was 16 years old, but I also was born with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So that knocked me out of my career around the time I was 50. I had studied hypnosis with Jerry Kine at Omni Hypnosis in 2001. And I've gotten back into doing hypnosis online only and specializing in working with those in the performing arts. actors, singers, directors, and I use a lot of metaphors that I learned from being in the industry that can really speak to people, using lighting boards and amps to turn up and turn down feelings, that kind of thing. So that is my way of kind of staying with my tribe. And in my industry, I help other creatives to get ahead while I kind of sit here in my comfy chair and go, I can help you with that. So that's me.
Wonderful. So happy to have you here.
Glad
And,
to be here.
and how do you pronounce your name?
Cyrilla.
Rilla.
Okay, good.
Cyrilla. It's Scottish. It's basically Cyril turned feminine is all it is.
Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Mhm. So should
I
we?
think that's it.
Yeah, okay. Wow, we are so lucky today. Want to welcome everyone. We're thrilled to have Erika Flint, who is a 4-time best-selling author and award-winning hypnotist. And she's here with us today to talk about the mini workshop model, which I know is going to help all of us improve our businesses and our hypnotic skills. So we could go on and on and on about Erika and her accolades. Just a wonderful soul, writes music, dances, motivates this world, and we're just so thrilled that you're here with us today. So without further ado, Erika Flint.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone. It is so nice to be here. If you guys have attended any of my talks before, we usually start with music. I was talking with Scott yesterday and told him about a talk I did in Vegas, like in 2019, I think, and we played AC/DC Back in Black. So everybody just stretch, right? Pretend like you're dancing. Such a beautiful day to gather, right? And it's a real honor to be here, but it's good to move our body, right? And I know, Scott, you know, you're an artist. I see your pictures everywhere. And I think all of us like to put a little bit of artistic stuff into what we do. So welcome, everybody. It's great to see you. Today, we're talking about the mini workshop model. This is something that I have been teaching for quite some time, almost 3 years, and it got initiated because our primary funnel stopped working. So the primary way that we were getting in new students and new clients kind of stopped working. And it was kind of working, but not really during COVID. And what we found was the most important thing to do was to get in front of people so that they could be present in front of us and we could help them take action. When we were helping them take action when they were in front of us, now there's movement, there's momentum, and we can help them usually make a decision to work with us or a good decision for them, right? And so the whole point of the mini workshop model, and here is the handout. Does everybody have a copy of the handout? I can drop it in Zoom if that's helpful, or does everybody already have it?
I don't have it.
Okay, hold on. One moment. I'm gonna take this and just drop it over into Zoom. Sorry, guys, I have 2 windows open, so my Zoom is just a little. Okay. I could show you guys the setup here. I've got a big computer so I can see all of you guys. All right, there we go. Now, if somebody does join us late, someone please attach this back to Zoom because this won't be in Zoom if somebody joins the call late. But at any rate, all right, so here is the template. And so part of the goal of the mini workshop model is to make it easy for you to teach, okay? Because anytime that we're teaching a workshop, there's often a lot of things for us to be paying attention to. Handouts, scheduling, getting people to register, getting them to show up, and then getting them to get results out of it too. So the intention of the mini workshop model is to have fun with our potential clients, with what we call studs. I call them studs, our students, right? Have fun with your students, make it easy to teach and make it actionable. So it's easy for the participants to make a decision, take action, get that momentum and start going, right? So who would like to learn that? Raise your hand. Who would like to learn this? All right, very good, very good. So a fun and easy and actionable way to teach workshops on topics that you already know and love. And that's an important part of this, right? We're going to tap into what you really love and what is super exciting for you, because if it's exciting for you, there's magic in that. And that magic is going to translate into when you're talking about it. And that is going to magnetically get people to get excited about wanting to come. Okay. Now, the way that the workshop is designed will get more people to participate because there is an assessment. Okay. And I'm excited to show that to you guys. By the way, feel free to ask me any questions as we go. All right, so what is the intention? The intention of the mini workshop model is to get our potential clients, our studs, to take action, right? How many of our clients are stuck in indecision? They are stuck in chaos. They are stuck in not having clarity at all about what to do. And, you know, the confused mind does nothing, right? So we get to give them just a little taste, a little mini workshop, right? It's not too much. It's not overwhelming. It's not a big ask. It's a small ask. It's a small little step. And then we help them take that step. Okay. We get them to notice this workshop with practical and fun. So we want to make it practical. We want to make it actionable, and we want to make it, practical in the way that this is something that they really, really want. For example, how to fall asleep and stay asleep, right? Something like that, how to eliminate cravings with hypnosis, food cravings with hypnosis, those types of things that are just on the top of mind for people right now. When we can hit that properly, they're going to want to show up. Okay. So they notice that it's fun. And then we get them to show up because we're going to give them reciprocity. We're going to give them something useful, and we're going to do some really good priming. So once they sign up, we're going to send them an email and help them start to imagine what they're going to get from the workshop. It's short and to the point so that it's easy for people to attend, and it's easy for you to pull off regularly. Okay. And so now, let's say you did all that. Now you have a workshop full of participants who are excited to be there and ready to take action. I've taught a lot of workshops, and I bet you guys have too, right? We love to get in front of one-on-one people, but it's always nice to get in front of, more people, but they can also be a lot of work. Not everybody knows what topics to teach on. And, part of the reason that I've developed so much of this content here is because we're a training school. And so I have a lot of grads who are starting their practices, and they always want to know, how am I going to bring in new clients? And this is one of the ways that they are doing that. So these workshops tend to be an hour long. Okay. And we want to make this workshop easy for you to produce and put out. So in the past, or other, models of putting a presentation like this on, it can be hard to organize the content and have the handouts and getting people to sign up and getting them to show up, and do you know if you're getting them results? It can be a little overwhelming. And so that is the entire point of this mini workshop model framework. Okay. So you can probably see that there are, pictures on here with squares, and that is designed for people to write their insights in there. Okay. And what I want to do now is walk you through the elements of the workshop. And then I'm going to describe to you kind of how the assessment piece of it works. And then we will walk through it together, and you guys can turn in your own assessment and see how it works. Okay. All right, so the mini workshop model helps to answer some of these questions for you, and we'll go through this today. What topics you can teach on, how to organize and create those handouts, and it's just this right here, okay? Now, by the way, you might see that this particular copy says Cascade Hypnosis Center on the top, and it's branded, but we have, in the handout that I gave you, is a non-branded version. Okay, so it doesn't have Cascade Hypnosis Center on it, doesn't say anything. You can put your information on top. So first of all, here's a handout for you, already done. I'm going to tell you what, and it looks like there's 5 things on here, but there's actually 6 because there's an invisible. Okay, so let's walk through this. Okay, the mini workshop model handout. All right, good. Just wanted to pause for a moment and see if anybody had any questions or concerns or, all right, very good, very good. I'm looking up because you guys are on a giant screen in front of me. That's why. I should send you guys a picture. You're on like the 80-inch TV in front of me right now. So that's pretty cool. All right, so number one, who would like a map to your everlasting happiness? Raise your hand. Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, this might be the name of a title of a class that I might teach. Okay. And this would be teaching on helping people find their purpose. Okay. And so this very first number one here, I'm going to ask all participants to imagine their dream come true. Okay. This is end state. This is the mountaintop. This is imagine you have achieved everything that you want to achieve. All right. So future progression, whatever you want to call this, this is what we are establishing for our client here. Now, what that would normally look like is you might do hypnosis first and have your client imagine what the results looked like. Okay. So have them imagine what results look like. Now, some of this might seem simple, but you guys know that most of our clients only know what they don't want, right? They only know that they don't want to be so stressed or they don't want to be so upset. And so as we're talking about some of these kind of what I think of very core, but perhaps basic concepts, we get to insert some of the teaching elements that you might find are important for your practice. So for example, I'm always going to insert things when I'm teaching this on negative self-talk. I might insert other things on the alpha sequence, teaching people how to calm down an actual technique. Okay. Right now, I'm just showing you the elements of the workshop, and you probably will notice where you might insert more teaching if you were to teach this yourself. Okay. So number one is end state, your mountaintop. Number two, I love number two. Sorry, I don't want to get too close to the mic. I love number two because number two is a very important question. This one is going to give most of our workshop participants massive insight. Okay. Now you guys can play along here if you'd like, just by thinking about your own mountaintop, maybe getting good sleep or maybe something that you're trying to do at home, right? Clean the garage or finish something that you're writing. So the question then is, if you have your mountaintop, how do you know when you're heading in the wrong direction? Okay, these become the stop signs. These become the indicators for our client that they're heading in the wrong direction. And this right here can be so powerful for our workshop participants because most of our workshop participants feel out of control to some degree. And this, when we are helping them identify, right? Awareness is always the first step. Identify that they're going in the wrong direction. Okay, so for example, with weight loss clients, this is a very, very important step with weight loss clients. How do you know you're heading in the wrong direction? Well, Erika, I find myself in the kitchen. Okay, all right, so you find yourself in the kitchen. Okay, what else? What else? I'm getting irritated. Okay, you're getting irritated. How do you know you're getting irritated? All right, for me, a stop sign for me is always I put my hand on my head like this, or I find that I'm putting my hand on my body because I'm getting stressed out. So I've trained myself. Anytime I do this, I'm stopping. It's a message from unconscious to stop what you're doing and take a break. I'm going to give my clients permission to do the same thing. Okay. How many of you guys find that giving your clients permission to do what they already know they need to do is an important part of your work? Because I know, at least for me, a lot of my clients, they already know what to do, but we give them permission or they get the insight to do it, and now they're in alignment. Okay. So stop signs. This is one of the elements on the workshop that I will always, always go over. Okay. How do you know you're heading in the wrong direction? Okay. What are the characteristics? This is another way to put it. What are the characteristics of the low road, or what are the characteristics of the behavior you don't want to be doing? What is driving energy to this problem that you don't want to be having anymore? Okay. So if I'm doing this in a workshop and I have participants either online or in the classroom, of course, I'm asking them to share. right? I'm asking them to share and then we're talking about it. I'm able to insert concepts of like negative self-talk and concepts of, well, when you're practicing hypnosis regularly and you're able to get rid of those knee-jerk reactions, it can be of great service to you. So there's a lot of teaching elements that you can put right into this stop sign here. And I've just found that this is one of the most important elements because students, studs, and clients come back and say, Erika, I knew I was headed in the wrong direction. So that level of awareness, I know I'm not going in the right direction. Stop. But now what? What do you do now? Right? A lot of people just like, they don't know what to do, right? They find themselves in the kitchen. I know I'm not hungry. What do I do now? Well, we need to give them an answer. Okay. I'm calling this a detour, but the reality is we don't have access to our higher thinking when we're in a low energy state, right? When you're really tired, when you've been working all day, driving all day, whatever has happened, and then you find yourself in the kitchen or you find yourself irritated, we're not always going to remember to do our self-hypnosis or to go sit outside. So the detour, we are deciding ahead of time. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're helping our clients recognize when they're going in the wrong direction, and then we're giving them a pivot point to step in the right direction. So we call it a detour. Okay, so what do we put on the detour? Well, I bet you guys have a lot of things that you might put on there, but hypnosis for sure. Always put hypnosis or self-hypnosis. It gives you an opportunity to talk about the benefits of how when you don't know what to do, hypnosis is almost the perfect thing. If you have no idea what to do, you might as well do hypnosis, right? Drop in, get a clearer understanding. You're always going to make a better decision if you get clarity. Okay. And so I'm going to coach all of my studs on hypnosis being the default response if you can't think of anything else. And I'm going to help them remember that. Right. And so if we make hypnosis convenient and easy, and so they can do it without really thinking about it, and they know, oh, I'm not feeling good, I'm going to go do hypnosis. And now I'm giving them permission. Hey, you can do this 10 times a day, 15 times a day at first, if you're really stressed. It's okay to sit and do hypnosis 10 times a day if you're really stressed, rather than smoke, rather than drink, rather than go do those other things that you were also repeatedly doing all day. Okay. So these two pieces right here, the stop sign and the detour, I just found are uber actionable for our clients. Lots of discussion. It really helps them to focus on how to recognize that they're heading in the wrong direction and then how to switch. So it gives them, it empowers them. It empowers them. Okay. Now I'm going to absolutely give them an idea of what kind of hypnosis, right? Some type of self-hypnosis. I'll give them the alpha sequence. That's my favorite. The alpha sequence is at thealphasequence.com. Easy for them to learn. Okay. All right. So we have got, we talked about number one, the mountaintop. We talked about number two, the stop sign. How do you know you're heading in the wrong direction? And then the detour, number three right here. So when you catch yourself going the wrong direction, okay, you catch yourself going the wrong direction, the intention is you took a detour. Now we take detours all the time. You know, sometimes we get a flat tire, sometimes somebody comes out in the road. It does not matter where the detour came from. Okay. And so after the stop sign and after the detour, we're going to celebrate awareness. Our clients are such perfectionists sometimes, and they all have negative self-talk and they all have negativity bias. And so part of the way that I like to work, just in a general sense, is very playful. When we keep the brain in a playful state, it's much more likely to be able to change. And so this key point right here, I always want my participants to merely celebrate the fact that you were aware of it. You caught yourself on the low road. Good job. Okay. The example I like to share here is very common, right? Because I have a lot of people lose weight. And so they might be mid cupcake, right? They've picked up the cupcake and they've eaten 1 bite, 2 bites, 3 bites. They've eaten 3 bites of the cupcake and now they become aware that they weren't going to eat that way. Okay. Now, a lot of people, and I think we've all had experiences where we'd be like, oh, man, I wasn't going to do that. I'm so mad at myself for eating that cupcake. How did this happen? I'm so mad. I'm never going to lose a weight. Right? So instead, We're going to say none of that, none of that. You're just celebrating. And I really want them to celebrate. We really get to help our studs recognize the power of transformation and recognizing that there's nothing that can happen without awareness. And so just them being aware and put that half a cupcake away, huge, huge win, huge win. And now we're not, bringing up any negativity. Now we're not bringing up anything that might make them feel anxious. Okay. So now what are we doing? We're helping them become aware of what isn't working and specifically what to do to stop it and celebrate the fact that they're just the awareness. We're not even going after how well you are able to do that consistently. We're just giving them a little bit of hope, a little bit of something that they can do. Okay. All right. Next, the path, the routine. Now, I usually get to this in the workshops, but I want to be clear, you don't have to cover every single aspect of this. You might want to do a deep dive in any one of these areas, depending on what it is that you're teaching. But the path, the routine is really, really helpful. So the idea, what are you doing? Imagine you're at the mountaintop. You achieved everything that you wanted to achieve and more. Okay. All of that stress, all of that negativity is behind you, right? What did you do every single day for that to be your future self? Tell me, what are you routinely doing on a daily basis for that to be your future self? Okay, so now we're getting to the place where we're helping the participants recognize what do they need to do on a daily basis. These are the types of things like, yes, probably a routine of self-hypnosis, a routine of getting to sleep on time, a routine of anti-anxiety. Those three things right there would be really, really powerful because so many people don't have a good anti-anxiety, right? Their anti-anxiety is drinking and smoking. And so the routine can be really powerful because now we're going to give our clients the suggestion that they're going to execute upon that every day, and it will take them to their mountaintop. Okay. That's the idea. So they're going to do their routine every day, and it's going to take them, there's a tree there. I'm going to tell you about the oasis in a second, but it's going to take them all the way to their mountaintop. Now, if they ever find that they're off track, stop, take your detour, get back on track. And now we are identifying what each of these elements are. So that's bringing it closer to conscious awareness, and our clients are feeling more empowered and more able to take action. Okay. Question? All right. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So let's talk about the oasis. The oasis is a milestone along the way. This is important for a lot of clients. It's not always required, but certainly for weight loss clients, because some weight loss clients, we never want them to only focus on a weight loss goal, right? It's not just about what the scale says. And so for a lot of our clients who want to lose weight, it might be 6 months, it might be a year, it might be quite a bit in the future. And so rather than only thinking about their mountaintop, we also want to put a milestone along the way that they can really look forward to, something that they can celebrate. Maybe they'll fit in these pair of jeans, or they're going to this wedding, or they're going to this event. Okay, so it's kind of like the mountain, your steps along the mountaintop. So you may or may not put this in your workshop. This is probably the one that I skip if I'm short on time. I skip the oasis and I just tell them about it. That's just a milestone. Okay. And because I really want to get to the invisibles. Okay. The invisibles we don't see. The invisibles aren't here. I usually just have people write number 6 and just kind of put it in there. And it's also on the back too. But the invisibles are intentionally invisible on this page because we often overlook all of the people who love and support us. And
I
so
don't think so because it's still coming through here. We can't hear you. We lost sound just a few minutes ago in the room.
Okay.
We were running the sound through Scott's computer, and his computer stopped.
So you turn your.
I did,
We can hear okay at home, just so you know.
but
And
I don't think we can
Okay.
hear Erica. Yeah, see, we can't hear her.
how's your sound? Your
Oh, thanks.
mute.
Okay, Erica.
Okay. Are we back on?
You're back on.
All right, back on, everybody. Good job. Good job. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
So
we lost you at Oasis.
you lost me at Oasis. Okay, let's go back to Oasis. Okay, Oasis. So Oasis is like a milestone along the path to the high road. So for example, let's say you have weight loss clients, and they might not lose all their weight. They might not hit their high road or the mountaintop. They might not get there for another year or another 2 years. And so the Oasis is a really good way to put a, a win along the way. And this is also a part of the workshop that I tend to, like, if I'm running short on time, this is the part that I might skip. Okay, because the Oasis, whereas like the stop sign and the detour is like mega important and we get really good results, this is important, but it's not quite the hit. Okay. And so, yes, the Oasis is important. And I always do it with my weight loss clients because the mountaintop is great, but I want to know how they're feeling a month from now. Right. And so we'll put the Oasis on there to help them have a closer goal. Okay. And let's see here. Then the invisibles. All right. So what are the invisibles? If you see, the invisibles really are not on this page. Okay. And that's intentional. Now, if you flip the page over, the invisibles are there and you can take extra notes on what each of those sections mean if you'd like. But the purpose of the invisibles is for me to say, all right, everyone, how does this look to you? How does this plan look to you? Here's your high, here's the mountaintop, here's your routine, here's the stop sign. How does that look to you? And I'm going to say there is something missing. There is absolutely something missing. I want you to think about all of the people in your life, humans, non-humans, dogs, animals, spiritual guides, everybody in your life who supports you. Everybody in your life who loves and supports you and only wants your best, only wants the best for you. Okay. I love including these invisibles because it gives us an opportunity to kind of flip the narrative. If some folks are kind of trying to be a little negative about things, it gets us to be able to talk about all of the ways that we are supported, and we get to point out that there might be people or areas that are supportive that they haven't even thought of. And I just found that this is doing this as number 6 seems to be super loving. And so we're talking about all of these actions that they can take. And now we're bringing them back to number 6. Oh, don't forget all of the people who are supporting you. And then I want you to say, and I'm here to support you too. You're coming up with this entire map here of how you can have the future that you want. And if you want any additional support and my help in helping make that dream of yours come true, that's what I'm here for. It's exactly what I'm here for. Okay. Now, some of you might not feel like you have the support that you want. And if that's true, I'm sorry to hear that, but I would like to help you. Right. So talking about the invisibles gives us an opportunity to bring up the concept of additional support for our client. And it also gets to open the door for people saying, I don't feel like I have support. I don't know if I could do this on my own. And then we get to, of course, say, well, fantastic. That's what I'm here for. I am here to help you notice the stop signs and take the action that you want to take so that you can achieve these results. Okay. That is the whole point there. I just want to pause for a second. Does anybody have any questions about the workshop model itself? Okay. All right, good. Let's move on. Okay. So next is the next part of it. And this is really where it's really shining, you guys. I mean, we've been doing this lately with an assessment. So you have a handout, you have a PDF handout, and those are nice. And students will write things down. And, some people like to write a ton of things down. Some people just write a little bit. But an assessment is an online assessment. And we are getting 30%. So 30% of the people who are taking our online workshops are filling out an online assessment before the workshop is even done. Okay. And so what we're doing with that, they're filling out this assessment. We're going to do it in just a second. You guys can do it too. And so now they're taking action. Now they are making decisions that are moving them forward. Okay. And the way that this assessment is designed is they're going to submit the assessment, and then we're going to get back, meaning Erika, the hypnotist, will get back with a personal reply. So that's up to you how you guys want to do that, but it really only has to take you a couple minutes. We're doing Loom videos, like 3-4 minute Loom videos. And these videos create connections with people because they're personal and they are very specific to the reasons and experiences of the individual, because they're telling us what their mountaintop is. They're telling us what the stop signs are. They're telling us what the gap is. Okay. So we get some really, really good information, not just teaching a workshop like this, but participants are able to actively submit it while they're in front of us. Okay. It's also some level of immediate gratification for participants. What I like to do is when they submit the assessment, I give them a hypnosis recording and that type of thing, right? So there is a reason for them to want to submit it. They're going to get feedback from you, the hypnotist, and maybe a recording or some other freebie that you could give them. Okay. This will help you have more conversations with people. Okay. And that's really what we're finding is really helping move the needle as far as getting people to work with us and getting people to kind of raise their hand and sign up, is really getting people to show up live. There's too much information out there. There's free content on TikTok and ChatGPT. So free information is not enough anymore. The workshop or whatever it is that you're giving away for free has to move people, has to move them. And so like giving away a free PDF, like just giving away a free PDF doesn't seem to work anymore. You have to give away a free PDF, and then you have to have a free class to get people to pay attention to the PDF, and you're going to walk them through it. So that's the intention here of the assessment. Okay. So the map to everything you want, that we have an assessment just for this. Okay. We have an assessment for reprogram your weight so people can self-assess if hypnosis for weight loss will be of service to them. So I don't really have to do anything. Now I am going to teach classes on reprogram your weight, but I can also just submit the assessment and I can say, hey, if you're thinking about losing weight with hypnosis, go here and take this. Okay. Now, I have a lot of experience in this. So when I say to folks, hey, do you want to lose weight with hypnosis? Go take this assessment. They might listen because I have a lot of experience there. Okay. All right. I wanted to put this up. I don't know if you guys there in Oregon want to take a picture of this because it'll take you right to the assessment. But here is the link as well. So if you guys want to follow along with that assessment there, let me type it into let me type it in 1 second. Okay. Can someone try that? See if it works. I'm going to test it. Okay, it's working. It's working. All right, so feel free to follow along. I'm going to switch my screen so you guys can see the assessment behind me. Okay. Mini workshop model planning assessment. Okay. So let's play along. You guys are at a workshop, which you are at a workshop with me right now, but I would like for you to fill this out if you feel compelled, because it will help you. So one of the most important things to consider when it comes to teaching a workshop, at least the way that I've found to actually make it happen, is to put it on the calendar. Put your workshop on the calendar. It is one of the most important things to do, because what tends to happen is when we put a workshop on the calendar, even if you just calendar it, So what I mean is time box it. You're not announcing it to everybody yet. Block off your calendar and say, I'm teaching a workshop this day. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do, you are going to come up with audience. Who is it for? And what is the name of it? But one of the very first things you need to do is just block off your calendar. That's it. Okay. So this assessment is going to help you do that. Okay. All right. So fill out the form below. This may take 30 minutes, probably be a lot shorter for this one, but it might be the best 30 minutes you spend on yourself all week long. Please be sure to put this type of language in there. I really love to be a hypnotist and remind my clients that when they're spending time focusing on themselves, that investment, there is nothing better. So I'm going to continue to remind studs and potential clients that when they focus on that, that they are going to get something very valuable out of it. And it might be the best 30 minutes you spend on yourself all week long. We will review it and send you a personalized response with our findings and feedback. Now, for other mini workshop model versions that I do, I will say specifically here, I will send you a video Loom response or a video response. Okay, so you guys can modify that part of it. Either way, you'll walk away with more clarity, more clear than you were before on what it takes to meet your goals. Okay, so this one was designed for teaching workshops. Okay. So you're going to put in your email, today's date, your first and last name, and oh, I was going to look at it from behind the scenes. Hold on. There we go. This is the one I wanted to see. This is the behind the scenes version. I don't have to fill it all out. Okay. Oh, 1 second. There we go. There we are. Okay. Oh, it's still making me log in. Okay. 1 second, you guys. I must have the wrong Google account logged in. So I'm just going to log into it. Okay. Now let's visualize your future workshop. All right. So is everybody ready to do a really short hypnosis? Let's do a really short alpha sequence, okay? So we'll do really short alpha sequence. It'll take 1 minute. And then I want you guys to imagine that you just taught an amazing workshop and your participants they just had mind blows and they're looking at you, okay? So go ahead and find that spot on the wall that is above your natural eye gaze. Look something like this. Go ahead and take in a nice deep breath. As you exhale, look through that spot with a relaxed gaze. You might notice the corners of the room, taking in another nice and deep breath. And this time, as you exhale, close your eyes, bringing your attention to your physical body. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. As you do, it comes open ever so slightly, which engages your vagus nerve and is sending messages to your entire body that now is the time to relax. You are in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. Again, good job. Now gradually slow down your breathing. Get into that comfortable, slow rhythm of breathing with a really long exhalation. Good. This invites your body to relax even further, which then allows your mind to drift peacefully. Good. Now relax the back of your tongue. Decouple your tongue from the part of your mind preparing to speak. Imagine speech dissolving as your mind is freed to have new thoughts, expansive thoughts, or perhaps no thoughts at all. Perhaps complete stillness, silence, and serenity. Now let's drop into the heart, take in that nice deep breath. And as you exhale, imagine dropping your consciousness into the loving grace of the eternal heart. Imagine you are in your heart center, the wise, loving part of you. And now I'd like you to imagine that you have just taught a workshop that really hit the heart of hearts of your studs. And your students have had mind blows, the look on their face of relief. Oh, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to go through this short form here. And you guys can fill in as much as you notice right now. 1, 2, 3, opening your eyes, feeling good. That was the alpha sequence, really, really short version of the alpha sequence. What I'd like you to do is imagine, when is your workshop? Put a tentative date on the calendar. All of these are going to say draft because we want to make sure that you perfectionists realize that this is not set in stone. So please just put a date here. Is it going to be April? Is it going to be May? Is it going to be in a couple weeks? You can change this. You have permission to change this, but let's throw a dart at the wall right now, okay? And this, give yourself permission to not know and not get it perfect, okay? This is what we want to help our clients to be able to do. Take the next smallest step and make some decision, okay? All right, next, who is your workshop for? All of those participants who are smiling at you with the relief in on their eyes and in their face. Who were they? Busy moms who want to lose weight? Stressed out professionals who want to fall asleep and stay asleep? Exhausted nurses who are frustrated and eating too much? These are real people, right? You guys, I mean, we can imagine these, right? So be as specific as you can in identifying your ideal student. The better you are at this part, it's easier for your students to sign up and want to work with you, of course, right? Because when we know who it's for, now you get to come up with a really cool title, and that's going to be the next part, okay? So you don't have to get this exactly right, okay? The title, what is your workshop called, right? One of the things that I like to do here is market research. Okay, so when you guys are online, if you are online, if you are on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is, when something catches your eye, when you're scrolling and something stops the scroll, please pay attention to that. Okay, I want to know which classes, which titles really get your attention. Okay, because if a class or a course or a workshop gets your attention, I just want you to take that title and rework it for hypnosis. Okay, we don't have to always reinvent the wheel for everything here. Okay, when something is delightful and captivating and interesting to you, just do a copy paste to hypnosis. Okay, use the title. You might be an excellent hypnotist. You might not be the perfect copywriter, but there's excellent copywriters out there that we can borrow ideas from. And please do so. Please do so. Okay. There's a lot of methods for learning how to do this too. There's a link here, the title formula method. There's a lot of different ways to write titles. I'll make sure that you guys get a link to this if you want to look at all of the different ways to write titles. But we want to hook the audience, right? The title is what is going to get their attention. So when we have an interesting title, that's what they're going to notice. So we really want to love on our ideal students and think about what's going to get their attention. What's going to get their attention, okay? So if you don't know, start with your ideal student, okay? Who is it to? And what is their presenting problem in their words? Now, you guys might have done this type of work before where you're looking at a client avatar and what is, their dream come true in their words and what is the problem in their words. And all of those elements work with this workshop too. And that's exactly how we want to do it, right? We want to understand What is the problem in your students' words? Now, you guys might have heard this before, but when we describe the problem really well, the participants, the client, whomever is listening, they assume we have the solution. So part of our job here with this workshop and designing this workshop is, can we communicate the problem well enough so that participants are first hooked and want to listen? And now, because we've described the problem so well, they assume that we have the answer. Okay. So one of the exercises that I like to do here is, I just like to imagine that I'm sitting down with one of these ideal students and having coffee with them. It's not, and they're just telling me how their week is going. Oh, Erika, I just can't get to sleep. I fall asleep and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I just can't seem to get to sleep. So I just sit there and then I get a little anxious. And then of course I'm waking up at 7 and the alarm is buzzing and I'm late. Okay. So what would your ideal student say to you if you were just having a casual conversation? Can you take their words, their problem, and can you say it in a way that makes them put it into a title and say it in a way that makes them know that you have the solution? Okay, so please, there's a little bit of homework here for you guys with crafting excellent titles, but there's a lot of online information on how to do this too. Okay, so this is just really good copywriting. Okay, now I have to tell you, I didn't really like doing copywriting and kind of all of that. I just wanted to be a hypnotist, right? I just wanted to go do hypnosis with people. But the truth is, this is very loving, super loving. Okay, our clients are struggling. We need to get their attention. And the world is super chaotic, noisy, crowded, busy, and they don't have any peace. So how do we cut through the noise to get to them? It's worth thinking about. And that's why I say it's very loving. Okay, we can't just do hypnosis with our clients. We've got to get them in the door first. We've got to reach them in a way that feels practical, right? Okay, next question. Now this comes to, what are you teaching in the workshop? And you guys have seen the format, right? What is the your mountaintop like? What are your perceived obstacles that keep getting in the way? How can we get back on track? What is the daily routine? Where's the milestone? Who are the invisibles, right? You have that format, but there might be other specific elements, okay? And so what do you want them to know? What is the one thing that you want participants to know? If there's only one thing that they can take away, because most people will only remember one thing, what do you want it to be? Okay. Now, the takeaway from this talk today, what I want you guys to take away from this is actionable. That is the point of this talk. I don't know if you can tell. I want you to take action. When you take action, things are moving. When things are moving, there's momentum. When there's momentum, there's transformation. And so same thing with our clients. They're stuck. There's blockers. They don't know what to do. They're sitting in indecision. So if we can give them a short and kind of fun 60-minute workshop on how to sleep better without any issues, and they can come and take a 60-minute class and feel a little bit better and have hope. And now they're filling out this assessment, and we're going to get back to them and tell them how hypnosis can help them, right? It's a really excellent way to bring in new students and new clients, okay? All right, so what do you want them to know? One thing, the one thing that they are walking away. When I'm teaching anti-anxiety class, I often want them to walk away with the one thing: there's nothing wrong with you. This is the way the brain is designed. There is nothing wrong with you. Negativity bias is there. It's just the way that all brains work. So you don't have to feel bad or pile guilt on top of what your brain is doing, because it's just normal. Okay. When I'm teaching the alpha sequence, the one thing I want them to take away is, I can calm myself down in 2 or 3 minutes consistently. I mean, what a powerful tool that is, right? Okay, so what is the one thing you want them to take away? Okay. All right. How do you want them to feel when they leave that workshop? How do you want them to feel? Consider the one thing you want them to feel as a result. Now, put some ideas here. Okay. They might feel inspired. And this is often from a workshop, right? People feel really inspired, but then they do nothing. So inspired is good. I don't think it's as good as action. I don't think it's as good as helping them make a decision. Okay. They might feel energized. They might feel empowered. Empowered is a really good one, right? They can notice something and be able to take action, right? And validated. Validate. Yes, that's the way the brain works. Negativity bias is normal. I'm not surprised you felt that way. Anybody who did that, you feel the exact same way. Validation and permission are two huge elements that are coming in this workshop all the time. All right, so next, what do you want them to do? What behavior? What is the call to action? What action do you want them to take? And that's where this, I think, with the assessment, now, not everybody's going to fill out the assessment. Okay. And even you guys there and online at home, you might not be wanting to like stop what we're doing and fill out an assessment, but some people will. Some people will fill it out right when you're talking to them. Right. And so by the time your workshop is over, like when we did this last week, we already had 6 people. Like the workshop was done and we had 6 people that already filled it out. And so we were already able to start getting back to them, right? I just had to teach 1 class and now we have 6 people who are submitting their assessments to us. And it's not an application, okay? There's a different, if somebody is applying to work with you or raising their hand to be a private client with you and applying, they've already made the decision that they want to work with you or they're thinking about working with you. This workshop, this is not as big of an ask at all. This is just like, tell us what's going on with you. Okay. And we will get back to you if they want us to. By the way, there's a question on here that says, do you want us to get back to you with our insights? Yes or no? If they say no, I'm not going to get back to them. Okay. All right. So what do you want them to do? What action do you want them to take? I want them to fill out the assessment every time, because once they fill that out, then when they left, when people leave this workshop, they already feel like they did something, even if they're turning in draft statements. Okay. All right. So anything else you'd like to ask or share? Anything else you'd like to ask me? Anything at all? Put here. Anything at all. Okay. And then would you be interested in hearing about how we think we might be able to help you in one of our programs? So you would put this for your assessment. And now anybody who fills this out can say, yes, please help me. Right. All right. And then when you submit this, when this is submitted, now it's going to say thank you and come get your Above It All. I think I put Above It All. There's a hypnosis recording called Above It All. That is, when you submit this, it says, thank you for downloading. Go listen to Above It All. So there's a little bit of reciprocity right at the beginning. They're going to get a free hypnosis recording just for filling this out. I'm going to get notified that they did fill it out. And then I'm going to do a short video or a short email and notice the gaps and get back to the student, to you guys, and tell you where your next steps might be. Okay. So now you've taken action, and then we get to take action to help you move it one step forward. Right. So what's happening is clients and students are filling out this assessment, we're getting back to them on video, and then they're filling out the application after that, or then they're signing up on my calendar for private sessions. Okay. All right. Let me flip back to where I was before. All right. So map to your everlasting happiness, right? This would be a fun class to teach because a lot of people want to know their purpose, right? And if you can help them get associated to kind of that end state up there where they're feeling happy, it's everything that they want, right? Now you can help them understand what's getting in the way. Okay, so map to your everlasting happiness. That might be a fun name of a class you could teach, and then just go through the very basic understanding of the workshop model. So imagine that you got everything you ever wanted. There's your mountaintop. All of your problems are behind you. It's everything you ever wanted. Now there's a mirror there in front of you. What is the first thing you notice in the mirror? Now, I always like to say notice, right? We're not saying see because they're in hypnosis, but notice tends to be a really good language to get out of our clients at this point. And this is where they're going to report how they look. And on the high road, it's usually really useful, okay? Because clients are going to report, oh my gosh, I've got sparkly eyes, or I'm happy, things like that. And so when I use the word notice, even if they're not really seeing anything, it's easy for them to report what they're noticing, okay? So that's how I do that part. What do you notice? I would take them through this entire thing. All right, now, how would you know if you're heading the wrong direction? All right, very good, very good. Now, when you notice that you're heading the wrong direction, first of all, we're going to stop and celebrate. Good job. You noticed it, right? Why head in the wrong direction? Like, yay, you figured it out and we're turning back around on the freeway, metaphorically, right? So let's just celebrate there for a second. Good job. Awareness is always the first step, and you're getting better at this. Now that you have that awareness, what are you going to do next? What is the detour? Okay. You're going to go do hypnosis, and then you're going to go pet the dog, and then you're going to go sit in the sun. Okay, good. Do that over and over and over again. Anytime you find yourself on that low road, anytime you find yourself at that stop sign, you just keep doing that over and over again. Okay. So that would just be a very basic overview of the mini workshop model. I might go through the routine with them, and then back to where we were. The whole point of this is that it becomes actionable. Okay. There's too much information out there. People are downloading material and not reading it. Latest numbers indicate that 97% of websites are getting 0 organic traffic. 0. So there's too much noise. People can't pay attention to everything. Okay. So we really have to do things where people are showing up and now they're present. They're right in front of you. You can help them realize how awesome they are, right? This is where the magic is. We get them in front of us. Hallelujah. Ooh, okay. Now we can move them. Now we can help them. But I want to be easy for you. And that's the whole point of the model here, the workshop model. It allows you to have conversations and be of service. So that's the whole point of these workshops. Bring people live, get them to take action, start conversations. Okay. So action leads to momentum and ultimately transformation, right? All right. So what should you teach? Stress, sleep, weight loss. Stress and sleep, like you can't really teach too much of that, right? Sleep. I did a sleep boot camp recently. We've done this class on sleep a bunch of times. If people aren't sleeping well, it's really negatively impacting their life. And there's a lot of people who will raise their hand for healthy sleep. Okay, how to stay asleep, how to fall asleep and stay asleep with hypnosis. Would be a great class, something like that to teach, okay? Especially to your audiences. And now you take them through the model and help them recognize that there's nothing wrong with them, help them notice what they can do during the day to calm down so that they're not falling asleep trying to fall asleep super anxious at the end of the day. And then you're going to help them draw the gap. Okay. When they submit that assessment to you, hopefully you're able to get back to them and then help them understand how hypnosis can help them. Okay. The nice thing is that the ultimate way that you could do this, it's not my preferred way because I do like to do it live, okay? But all of our live workshop recordings like this, we have recorded, right? So then when a new student comes in or a new potential client comes in and we haven't taught that class in a while, we can send them the video of that workshop and the assessment is still there. Okay, so it's not perfect. I still prefer to be live, right? But you can take a video of yourself, put it on your website, put it on YouTube, and now you have kind of a funnel, a free funnel that's functioning, right? They go watch the video, they click on the assessment, it lands in your inbox. Okay, so that is a nice way, a nice way to bring in new clients in an automated way. Okay. Habits, of course, are really good to help people with. purpose, getting people aligned with their purpose. And then, of course, lots of spiritual things. But of course, you can teach a class on anything you'd like. So please do your own market research. I want to give you permission to teach what you've always wanted to teach. What's in your heart of hearts? What's the coolest thing that you want everybody to know? One of the ways that I like to think about the next class I want to teach is, what do I wish I would have known in 7th grade? If I was going to go back to my 7th grade classroom and teach a class, something on hypnosis, something that would help my 7-year-old self be awesome, what would I want her to know? I want to go teach that to my adults. I want to go teach us how to be awesome, right? And when we're excited about what we're teaching, and now you have a model here that makes it easy, okay? End state, what's the problem, how to get back on track. So some very kind of core elements that we can use to present almost any topic, okay? Almost any topic. There's kind of a hero's journey built into this, if you've noticed, right? We have the guides there. We have the challenge, right? So there's, if you guys like the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell's hero's journey and that concept, it kind of follows, the mini workshop model kind of follows that idea, right? They're reaching out for help. They want guidance from you. And so you could model this out with a hero's design with that in mind. Okay. So what moves you? What do you want to teach on? What would be really exciting for you to show up and teach? Okay. Teaching a class for you that has spark, right? It'll be contagious. People will want to be there just to be around you. Okay. In your client's words. So this is just be listening to what your clients are repeating over and over and over and over, like weight loss clients. I just don't want to think about food anymore. I just don't want to think about food anymore. I mean, people said that to me so often that I put it on the cover of my first book, Stop Thinking About Food All the Time. Okay. It's been 10 years since I wrote that, almost 10 years since I wrote that book, and it's still the same thing. People are thinking about food all the time and it's driving them crazy. Now we have a term for it. It's called food noise. Food noise. But when you're paying attention to what your clients are reporting to you as their problem, now you can teach a class on that. And teaching classes are usually easier for people to commit to. They're not paying you too much money. I mean, they might not have met you yet, right? And so it's a little easier for them to come take a class with you rather than just signing up for private sessions. And so I found a lot of folks like to take one of my classes first. Okay. So how do you get them to show up? This is unfortunate, but true. Just because somebody signs up doesn't mean they're going to show up. Not at all. As a matter of fact, show up rates are going down, 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 down. Our show up rates are still pretty good. Okay. So we are still getting like a 40% show up rate, but that's because we're super intentional. We're intentionally teaching a workshop with an intentional title. We're implementing everything we're sharing with you here today. So we're getting 40% show up, meaning everybody, if we get 50 people who say that they're going to come, we might get 20 that actually come. Okay. If you don't do anything, your show up rates will be even less. Okay. Because people feel inspired in the moment and then they're like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Right. So we've got to get more buy-in from them. Okay. So the class itself, we want to give them something that they want. The assessment, the action, leave with your blueprint, leave with a map to your happiness, leave with an assessment on the mini workshop model like this one, right? So you will leave with an outline of the steps to take to start sleeping better with hypnosis. Okay. Or as a result of this workshop, you'll leave having identified your biggest challenge moving forward and the steps to take to work through it. Okay. So what would that be like? Identifying your biggest challenges, that would be the stop signs, and the steps to take to work through it, that would be the routine, right? You'd go through those specific elements for sure. Okay. So you're going to make sure that they know that there is a really good outcome from your workshop. So they want to come because they want the result. Okay. But you're also going to prime them. Okay. You're also going to prime them to show up. And priming them, here's an example from a workshop that we did a few years ago. Okay. You may find yourself not even remembering other breakthrough experiences in your life and how they have impacted you. So now take in a deep breath and consider, what breakthroughs have you already experienced in your life? We'll be capturing the nature of breakthrough experiences in order to accelerate your growth and learning and to generate more of these for you and your clients on purpose. Use the questions below to capture the details. Hint, this should be fun. A breakthrough experience is one that causes a quantum leap shift in your personal or business life, leading to massive accelerated growth. Describe your breakthrough experience. Why was it a breakthrough to you? The people who have breakthrough experiences love to share them. So if you send a priming email, probably a day or two after they sign up, certainly within the week before the workshop happens, your show up rate is going to greatly increase because people are intrigued. And if they if they reply back to you here, reply back with your breakthrough experience, they are much, much more likely to show up because now they're more engaged. Okay. So we have a cool title, something that is practical, something that speaks to them. We're going to prime them. Okay. Follow up, help them feel loved, ask them a couple questions that are relevant to the topic so that they're deeper invested. When they answer another question from you, or you send them an email and now they're going deeper into it, they're much more likely to show up. Okay. So this is just an example of a priming email, but whatever it is that you're teaching, you're going to want to get them excited about it and get them thinking about something ahead of time. So now they're deeper invested and they're much more likely to show up. Okay. Here are the headline formulas that I told you guys about before. So use some of these headline formulas. Don't use them if you don't like them. If they feel hokey to you or they rub you the wrong way, don't do it. Use the ones that work for you. These are proven to work because they're simple and they're clear for the mind. Okay. So we can use these, and there's a couple good ones on here that you can just use. So these are here for you to, borrow, use. Okay. The secrets of your unconscious mind, how to use hypnosis to sleep better, think more clearly, and have more fun. I want that. Sleep better, think more clearly, and have more fun. Absolutely. Sign me up. Right. So come up with some cool workshop titles that sound fun for your workshop participants. All right. I like to include a disclaimer. I don't always call it a disclaimer, but try not to overpromise. I mean, we've seen clickbaity things. Please don't do that. It's really disheartening to see hypnotists overpromise on total BS, right? It's just like it's total. You can tell there are some unethical hypnotists out there pitching their programs that are making unethical claims. Okay. Take control over somebody's mind, right? Don't do things like that. Like this first one, lose 10 pounds in a week with a simple hypnosis formula. Okay. That would be very clickbaity. Lose 10 pounds in a week. We want to be very loving and honest with our potential workshop people. So learn how hypnosis can help you gain control over snacking and lose weight consistently without the struggle. This is very honest. This would be a good class. This might be what I call the next one that I teach. The last one that I taught with Reprogram Your Weight was eliminating cravings, because that's what everybody wants. The cravings, they're out of control to cravings. Okay. And then this other disclaimer here. So first of all, don't overpromise in your title. Don't do clickbaity things. Okay. Makes us all look bad. And the other thing that I like to add is a disclaimer, meaning, yes, this workshop is going to be really powerful. Yes, you will have a mind blow. Yes, everything might change after this. You're going to hopefully prove to yourself how amazing you are. You will likely have changes as a result of this workshop. And to get even more rapid transformation, I invite you to get private sessions with me, because that's really the intention here. The idea, yes, you're going to get a lot out of this workshop, but if you get something good, please come work with me privately, because that is really what the intention is here. So I don't want to give my students the idea that the only thing they need is this class. this, right? I want to tell them you're going to get great results here. And when you want even more, come back and see me for private sessions. Okay. All right. That's it for me, everybody. We are at the Q&A slide. So I am done with the material that I wanted to present to you today. Thank you for being such a good audience. And I am open to any questions that you have. Comments, anything at all? Yes, Jenny.
Now we've got a question. Just a minute. She's getting over there. Okay, there.
What do you charge for your workshop?
A lot of them are free because we're trying to get students into our program. So a lot of these are free. If I wanted to do a charged workshop, I would probably charge maybe $125 and we'd do a discount and then we might up it to 2 hours because these are designed to be an hour. Does that help? Yeah. It's nice to do paid workshops because most people will show up. Okay. But let me tell you guys, please, if you're going to do a paid workshop, please, for the love of everything that exists, do not ever do refunds or exchanges. Please. It will drive you crazy. It really will. So we treat all of our workshops and everything that we do kind of like a ticket to a concert, right? If you can't make it to AC/DC on Thursday night, Angus Young is not giving you your ticket back, right? So if you do want to charge, be very clear with your appointment policy. No exchanges, no refunds. We love you and we want you to show up, right? Question online, what is a Loomer? Loom is a desktop video recording platform. So it's called Loom, LOOM.com. And they just make it really easy for you to do like a screen capture. So what I would do is I'm going to pull up. So I'll show you guys what I would do. Okay. So I've got the form here. Okay. Now, if I was looking at this from an admin perspective, pretend like I'm the admin coming in now, I'm looking at the responses, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto loom.com, and then I'm going to say screen recording. It's going to record me speaking while I'm looking at his or her assessment. And then I just get to respond to it. It makes it really easy. I'm just going to pull it up and I'm going to read what they've said. And then I'm just going to talk. What are the gaps? What are our tools and programs that they can fit in there? And I'm going to give them a very small step to take, right? Go listen to this recording, go sign up here, right? So a very small action step. And I will do all of that in Loom. I'll just go through their entire thing here, a little bit of feedback on each one, and really try and keep it 5 minutes or less. And then I'm just going to type in their email and send it off to them. Okay. Now you don't have to do it that way. You can just type a response if you'd like. And there is some work here involved, clearly, right? But the idea is you're opening communication and you're really helping people take their next step, and you're helping them learn about hypnosis. So this is bringing our clients and students a little closer to us. Okay. Other questions?
Erika,
Yeah.
the talk was great. I have a question about when you said if you want more, see me for private sessions. So when do you do that? And is that on paper or you say that in person?
I usually say that I say that multiple times. So I'll say throughout the workshop, anytime somebody's having a mind blow or a really cool thing, I'll say, we expect that all the time. If you want more of that, then private sessions with me is what people do. Okay. And I will give them just the direct link to scheduling sessions with me right then and there on the in the workshop. So I would give them the link to schedule calls with me right in the workshop if they wanted to. And I don't do free consultations anymore. So this is the other thing, that for those of you who have been doing this for a while, and you might have you might have a lot of clients, and we don't have to do free consultations anymore. So I haven't done a free consultation in over a year. My consultations now are $300 for virtual and $500 in person. And, you have to, people are giving me $500 without meeting me, which is fantastic. But we're also not, and that $500 goes towards sessions with me. Okay. It's non-refundable consultation fee that goes towards sessions with me. Okay. So people are showing up, and I'm not doing free consultations anymore. So I realize that wasn't a very straightforward answer. Is there something more specific you would like me to include in my response?
No, you said it all, and I like, how you manipulated it online, for these sessions.
Good. All
Thank you.
right. Other questions?
How often do you do workshops?
We're doing a workshop once a week right now. So the workshops that we're doing once a week, so at least one a week. And that's because I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer. And so we're bringing potential students into our training program. And so that's every Thursday at noon. I'm teaching live. And I don't use this exact template for students. It's modified, but we do have an assessment. And so that's once a week. And then for like Reprogram Your Weight, once a month. So I want to teach this once a month and bring in people for potential clients for Reprogram Your Weight. And then for the alpha sequence as well, I would teach it once a month. But for our primary line of business, which is hypnosis training, we're going to do it once a week. And we get about 40 people to sign up and about 18 people to show up every week. And then we get about a third of them that are turning in the assessment while they're on the call. So we get about six assessments every time we teach this class.
Is that a free getting them in to teach them hypnosis?
Yes. Yes, because we already have an application, right? So for students, because this is a hypnosis certification training, right? They're not hypnotists yet, or they got other training and they, now they want something maybe more professional or something, right? And so that's these folks, right? They're wanting to become a hypnotist. And so they will come on a Thursday and do a live call with me. We have them fill out a business assessment. And the business assessment is, how are you going to make money as a professional hypnotist? And so they fill out all the things that they're kind of thinking about. Tell us about your dream practice. Who do you want to help? Do you want to do private sessions? Do you want to do group? And they fill out this assessment describing their dream practice to us. And then we get back to them with the gaps, what they can do to make that dream come true. And of course, a lot of that is, of course, come train with us, right? That's the idea. And so, yeah, we're doing it every week for that one.
Erika, it's my understanding you have a radio broadcast.
Have a what?
A radio
A podcast?
podcast.
Yes, yes. I have a Living Hypnotically podcast. Living Hypnotically is where we talk about the application of hypnosis with professional hypnotists. So that is on YouTube, and I interview hypnotists. So if you guys want to be on that program, visit livinghypnotically.com. And at the very bottom of the program, there's a little link there that you can click on to be on Living Hypnotically. The only requirement is that you're seeing private clients and you have a client win, a client share to share. So.
Yeah, I was curious on having that, how much you've generated new people interested in not only
Through the podcast.
hypnosis, but taking classes or come see the yourself.
I don't know if I'm hearing the question correctly. If we're getting clients through the podcast, is that the question?
Sure.
Yeah, most of our for our podcast, Living Hypnotically, we often get students who say, I saw you on Living Hypnotically. Okay. But for our training program, YouTube is for sure the biggest element that's bringing in students, but I'm not sure that it's just our Living Hypnotically Living Hypnotically podcast, we have lots of other videos that are on YouTube. So YouTube is the #2 search engine. And so I try to make YouTube really happy. And that is probably the best way that we're bringing in new students right now is YouTube.
How do you take this and make it into, like, if I wanted to do an online course,
Mm-hmm.
like over a few days, how do you take this to get people into your online course that's, like a group course?
Right, right. Well, and you want to split it up over a couple of days? Do you want to use the mini workshop model? Do you want to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might split it up if I would definitely maybe do 1, 2, and 3 the first day and 4 and 5 the next day. But to get people to sign up for it, you got to come up with a really cool topic. You got to speak to their problem and what they're going to get out of it, right? So what would your audience, who's your audience?
So I'm wondering more, I didn't explain it well. How would I use this mini workshop to get people to sign up for
Oh,
a
your bigger
paid?
workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, the part of the value of the mini workshop is its convenience. Make it super convenient for people to attend. So make it really interesting, no longer than an hour. Okay. We're getting people to attend at the lunch hour. So 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific is a really good time frame for us to get people to show up because they will at their lunch hour. After work is hard to get people to show up. And if they do show up after work, they're going to be tired. So I would probably do in your own time zone, 12 to 1 p.m. a class, and it's a mini workshop. It's a mini version of whatever you wanted to be teaching, and have an assessment where it's drawing the gap between what they want, between what they can see they want and what they actually want. And you, right? So what is that piece right there? Well, it's a bigger, what do they really want? So using the mini workshop model, have them understand what they really want on that day one, right? What they really want, what the gaps are, and then you have them fill out an assessment that they tell you what the gaps are, okay? And then once they submit that to you, you get back to them. Right. So the assessment itself becomes valuable. For example, see how hypnosis can help you lose weight. Okay. Something like that. That's what I would do for Reprogram Your Weight. Or one of the last ones we did was how to eliminate cravings with hypnosis. And so we did the mini workshop model. They imagine themselves on the high road, imagine themselves, cravings aren't an issue anymore. You haven't thought about a craving in so long. As a matter of fact, you looked at those Cheetos over there and you start laughing. You haven't thought about those damn Cheetos in a year. What a joy. What a relief, right? But there are some things that are getting in the way. Every once in a while, you're still doing that bad behavior. What is it? How do you know you're going in the wrong direction, right? So have them start filling out the low road, the stop signs, and then getting back on track. And from there, you're going to say, do you want my help doing this? So the assessment that comes as a result of the mini workshop model becomes a gap assessment for your bigger workshop. I feel like I went a roundabout way in explaining that. Does that make sense?
It does. And so what you're doing is you're just giving the smallest piece of the big workshop. You give a small taste of it. And then they can forget the whole.
And that's how I think about it too. It's like the garlic bread, right? You're walking down the street, Pike Place Market or there in Oregon, and someone gives you a delicious piece of garlic bread, and you're like, oh, that was so good. Where'd that come from? Oh, it must be that pizza place over there. Let's go get some pizza, right? So you're absolutely right. It's the smallest, most convenient, most loving, easiest step for them to take. Right? Because it's too stressful and hard. Let's make it really uber easy. And why do people eat fast food? Because it's so easy. It tastes good, but it's also super easy. So the more convenient that we can make this, and then the assessment makes it actionable. So they're not just sitting there, oh, that's neat. and getting inspired, they're actually taking action. So part of it really is us getting them to take action when they're there, right? So you said it. It's the smallest piece. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Thanks, you guys. This has been fun.
Thank you
If
so much.
I were there, yeah, I would dance for you. Do a little twirl. Do a little twirl. Maybe put some AC/DC on. Or there's a cool song by Fred again called "I Found You." And this song is really beautiful. I Found You. It's by Fred again. And every time I hear the song, I think about hypnosis because the idea in the song is I found you. And we get to do that with our clients, right? Beyond them being scared, beyond the fear, beyond all of that, peeling back the layers. Oh, there you are. I found you. I found you. So please go play that song later today and think about hypnosis and the work that we get to do because it's amazing. We get to turn people's lights back on. We get to help them lead better lives and more happy, fulfilling lives. And they have all the power right there. So these workshops really, I call this going to market. We're taking them to where the people are. Okay. Where are they struggling? Where are they hurting? Teach that class. Make it easy. Okay. Make it convenient. Help them take action so that they feel good about themselves and gain that momentum. Right. There's information here on this page. Here, you guys can get a free copy of this, and it's in the handout too. So the PDF handout. Please friend me on Facebook, follow me on TikTok, email me with any questions, and just let me know if you guys need any help with this. Okay, I'm here to support you.
If I could just ask one last question. Where do we get a hold of that great bread that you're making?
You'll have to come up to Bellingham. Yeah. I'm loving making sourdough bread, you guys. I mean, I feel like I've got a good handle on kind of stress in my life, but bread is really helping. I am making sourdough bread. It takes me about 30 minutes to do a task with sourdough bread. So it's like such a perfect little coping strategy for me is the way I'm using it. So I'll do a bunch of work and then I'm like, I'm gonna go bake some bread, go upstairs, make some bread, and then back to work. So thank you for noticing.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your expertise.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me, everyone.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break for about 15 minutes. Let's come back at 3 o'clock.